Today's China has opened itself to foreigners more than any time in its history. It's helped make Chinese people richer than ever, but it's also starting to raise alarm bells among some Chinese worried about an erosion of the country's unique culture and tradition. It's particularly worrisome to China's ruling Communist Party. Here's our contributor in Hong Kong, David Bandurski.
As China adopts from and adapts to the ideas of the West, and as its global influence grows, it's becoming more and more sensitive to its Chinese identity. China must be Chinese, but what does that mean? The question of Chinese identity is now at the heart of a simmering debate over China's future politically. The debt and the sense of insecurity could both be heard in the political report to last year's 18th Party Congress, in which outgoing President Hu Jintao said, "We must absorb the beneficial fruits of human political civilization, but resolutely must not imitate the political systems of the West." So China can absorb, but not imitate. The debate raging right now in China under a new president, Xi Jinping, is over China's political future, and what exactly it can and can't borrow from the West has become a divisive issue. For example, if China implements constitutionalism, limiting government power, will it be absorbing or imitating? In December last year, Xi Jinping ignited hopes of greater reform when he said during the 30th anniversary of China's constitution that the country needed to ensure the constitution is actualized. Newspapers gave his speech some prominence.
我们将忠诚于宪法.
Then in March this year, the new premier, LinkAsia, said during the National People's Congress that the party must be true to the constitution and loyal to the people. All this talk of constitutional limitations quickly brought a storm of criticism from hardliners in China. First, there was Red Flag, an official party journal, writing that the basic elements and principles of constitutionalism were Western and capitalist. Then there was Party Construction Journal, which said with a sneer that Western constitutional ideas had been all the rage recently, and warned that the direction of the whole discussion was clear. It could only mean the end of the Chinese Communist Party. The hardline backlash has drawn plenty of fire too. Lawyer Zhu Zufei wrote this week on Weibo, "Some scholars fear that freedom, constitutionalism, and rule of law will erase Chinese traditions altogether and turn Chinese into Westerners. These are totally groundless fears." In this blog post, Yang Tianshi, a professor at the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences, looks at how even Mao Zedong once praised aspects of bourgeois democracy, and how Deng Xiaoping talked about the need to limit power. Yang Tianshi concludes, Western systems, including Western constitutionalism, all have aspects we can learn from and adopt. Samuel Johnson once said, "No man was ever great by imitation." Make this about nations, and you have what many nationalists feel in China today, that the country can't be great without being unique. But if uniqueness becomes a state ideology dictated to the population, if it represses a diversity of ideas, it's hard to imagine modern China becoming anything more than a pale imitation of itself. In Hong Kong, I'm David Bandurski for LinkAsia.
U.S. airwaves, a global channel of uncompromising stories. World news, documentaries, entertainment, and culture. Link TV, connecting you to the world. For more information, visit linktv.org.